there is a investment berkala or regular investment or regular loan. And by the word regular, that means you're making payment or investment at equal intervals over a period of time. Maybe you pay 500 ringgit monthly, or you invest 1,000 ringgit semi-annually, and so on. Dari tu kita buat compound interest, tak ada kan? This regular payment or investment, tak ada kan? We just look at how to compute the amount and the interest amount or the accumulated amount using the compound interest formula. And you know that it's on compound interest because in the question, the interest rate always have the word R% or K% compounded monthly, semi-annually, annually, quarterly, and so on. Ada je the word compounded blah blah blah, monthly ke whatever, how many times per year tu, that means it's on compound interest. But if there is an added information where you are making payment or investment over a regular period of time, kalau monthly, dia akan tally dengan compounded monthly. Kalau you're making monthly payments. Kalau you're making semi-annually payments every 6 months, then the interest is compounded semi-annually. So when you have that, the regular amount of payment or investment, then you know that is a problem on annuity. Faham class? Faham tak? We have to look at several terms and the relevant formula, and later on exercise questions, of course. Okay, I'm going to give you some definition. There you go. An annuity is a sequence of equal payments or equal investments lah. Kalau you simpan duit, you buat investment lah kan. Payment ni kalau you nak settle off a loan, made at regular intervals of time. So that's what I mean, regular intervals of time. The interval can be monthly. We don't look at daily, monthly or semi-annually or quarterly or annually. Annually means once a year. Hari tu masa compound interest tak ada ni kan? This regular payment or investment that you're making over a period of time. So some examples of annuities, mortgage payments. When your parents buy the house, you tak layak lagi lah kot, you belum ada income. When your parents buy the house that you live in, they have to make a down payment normally, and the balance is settled off by making monthly payments usually over a number of years, 20 years, 25 years, it depends on the price of the house and the amount of down payment made to buy the house. So mortgage here is the monthly payment that is made to settle off the balance of the house loan. Rental payments, ini kalau rent rumah biasa macam student menyewa rumah tu, that is not an annuity. Walaupun you make maybe you're paying 500 ringgit every month or 200 ringgit every month, but it doesn't involve interest. So that's not the kind of annuity that we are looking at. Kan, kalau you menyewa, sekarang you ada rumah lah, tapi later on when you come back to campus and you cannot stay in campus, you kena sewa rumah, right? And I'm pretty sure your landlord will not charge you any interest. So even though it's an annuity, but it doesn't involve interest. But the kind of annuity that we are looking at involve interest. Ada interest earned or interest made. Earn or made tu kalau you buat investment, or interest charge kalau you buat loan. Insurance payments, yeah. the insurance company collect a certain amount of, bukan commission lah, interest lah juga sebenarnya. Okay, and so on. So whenever you see that equal payment or investment made over equal interval of time, dan saya kata tadi dia kena tali. Kalau monthly payment kena interest dikira monthly, so compounded monthly. Alright. So far ada soalan? Do you have any questions so far? Are you okay so far?
Okay, doktor.
Kena respon ya bila saya tanya. Payment interval is the time between successive payments of an annuity. Mungkin sebulan, mungkin setiap 6 bulan and so on. Term is the time from the beginning of the first payment interval to the end of the last payment interval. Maybe you are making monthly payment for 5 years, so the term of the loan is 5 years or 60 months in that sense. Okay. All right. There are several types of annuity. The first one is contingent annuity. This is when the beginning and or the ending dates are uncertain. Example, payments on a life insurance policy. Life insurance, you tak tahu bila you akan meninggal kan. So the ending date tu tak certain. Beginning of course lah, bila kita mula. Now, we are not looking at contingent annuity. The kind of annuity that we are looking at, it's confirmed when the beginning and the ending dates are. Is given in the question. Ataupun you kena cari one of the dates. Okay. So you have specific beginning and ending dates. Annuity certain is when the dates of the first and the last payments are fixed. Ni yang kita nak tengok lah. Annuity certain. Yang contingent mana dia? Contingent annuity tadi, that's not included in the syllabus. But I just give it here so that you know that there are several types of annuities. Annuity certain is when the dates of the first and the last payments are fixed. For example, payments on installment purchases. Now, later on, we are going to look at a topic on installment purchase. This is when we are buying some asset, maybe a smart TV, yang mahal lah, bukan aset yang murah-murah, yang you tak boleh nak bayar cash. Okay. Apa lagi? Apa lagi yang mahal ya? Komputer, laptop, mungkin you tak boleh nak bayar cash. So you're making installment payments, meaning the day you go to the shop, you would put down a certain amount of down payment and the balance is paid off over a period of time. Katalah the value of the asset is 5,000 ringgit. So maybe you want to put in 500 ringgit, 10% of that. And the rest, 4,500 tu, you nak pay off monthly maybe for 3 years. Katalah 3 years, 36 months. Tapi kalau you kira balikkan, after 36 months tu, 3 years tu, sebenarnya the amount that you pay back is more than 4,500 ringgit sebab ada interest dikenakan normally. Not necessarily, but normally when you are buying on installment, bayaran ansuran, you buat bayaran ansuran, ada interest dikenakan. Sebab kedai tu kena tunggu a certain time, dia kena sebelum dia boleh dapat semua duit dia kan, so dia kena charge di situ. Okay, so that's an example of annuity certain. Fixed beginning and ending dates. Ordinary annuity is when the periodic payments are made at the end of the payment intervals. Ni pun kita tengok. The periodic payments tu, we denote that by R. for that. Periodic payments ni, capital R, are made at the end of the payment intervals, at the end of the first month, at the end of the third month, second month, and so on. So we are looking at both them, annuity certain and ordinary annuity certain. So we know when the first date is and when the last date is going to be, and all payments or investments for that matter are made at the end of the payment intervals. Okay, kita combine ni dia jadi ordinary annuity certain. Annuity due kita tak buat, macam contingent tadi pun kita tak buat. Payments are made at the beginning of each period. Just for you to know. Tapi we are going to look at ordinary annuity certain. Investment annuities are annuities that earn compound interest. Ni kalau buat investment lah. Dan tadi kita tengok interchangeably between investments and loan payments. Alright? Simple annuity. When the date of payment coincides with the conversion date of the compound interest. Pun kita tengok. So kita nak relate kan between ordinary certain, annuity certain, ordinary annuity and simple annuity. Simple annuity pun kita nak tengok. Cursor. Keep losing my cursor down there. Okay. Investment annuity ni pun kita tengok lah bila kita tengok bila buat investment kan. Simple, so maknanya kita nak tengok simple ordinary annuity certain. What is simple annuity again? When the date of payment coincides with the conversion date of the compound interest. Okay, itu yang kita buat katalah monthly. So at the end of the first month, at the end of the second month and so on, that's when you're making the payments. And the date to coincide with the conversion date of the compound interest. Kena compounded monthly kalau monthly payment. Alright, now let's look at how to find the amount of an annuity. Ni sebenarnya lebih kepada kalau you buat investment and you are making regular investment or regular amount of deposits, katalah monthly deposits into an account. So after a certain period of time, there would be an accumulated amount, also known as the future value or the maturity value of the money that you deposited. And the symbol for it is S. Macam yang lepas-lepas, accumulated amount is always S. And it sits on the last date on your timeline. Okay, date yang hujung tu macam yang lepas-lepas juga. Okay, so S is the amount accumulated after a series of equal payments are made into an account. Macam kalau buat investment. Okay, and the formula to find S is given as R times 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1 over I. Agak-agak boleh ingat tak formula ni? Nampak complicated sebab ini first time you buat, first time you jumpa. But there is a first time for everything kan? Tapi sebenarnya dia tak susah nak ingat. Senang je. And as the bonus, you are given a formula sheet in the test and in the final assessment. You just need to know which formula to apply. Itu sahaja. Okay, nampak tak kita ada I, kita ada N? Kan macam compound interest hari tu? Okay, what is R? As I said before, that refers to the periodic payments, the amount of money that you pay off. Monthly, semi-annually, and so on, quarterly. Or the amount of money that you invest. monthly, semi-annually, quarterly and so on. Kalau investment biasa orang buat monthly kan. Tapi ada je annually, tengok soalan lah. So that is R, periodic payments. I is interest rate per interest period. So super macam hari tu, what is I? How do you get I? Apa per apa? Ya, yeah. Formula dia apa? I. K over? K over?
N.
N ke M?
M.
N as in Nanas?
No. N. Okay.
Monkey?
Yeah.
Yes.
K over M. Yes. What is K? What is K? Interest rate kan? Interest rate given, normally given in the question. What is M? What is M? Frequency. Okay, so kalau you buat compounded monthly, what is M?
12.
Kalau compounded atau you buat payment every 2 months, what is M?
6.
Every 2 months. Every 2 months. What is M? Anyone?
5.
6.
Tahun 6 lah. M equals 6 because there are 12 months in a year. Betul? And if you're paying every 2 months, 2 times 6 equals 12, isn't it? Or 12 over 2 equals 6, isn't it? So M equals 6 in that case. Frequency, yeah? N is number of interest periods. Macam hari tu. So how do you get N? What is the formula that gives us N? What is N? Anyone? Sorry? Yes, M times T. What is T?
Term.
Term. Could be in years, could be in months. Kita tengoklah. M times T. All right. Any questions so far? Do you have any question? Faham? Faham tak? Faham. Okay, let's look at this example. Find the accumulated value. So what is it that you want to find? S. Of an ordinary simple annuity. There you go. Ordinary simple annuity. Yang tadi saya kata kita combinekan dia semua. Inilah dia. Of RM2,000 per year for 5 years. Okay. Maknanya dia buat RM2,000 per year. Apa RM2,000 ni? Every year dia bayar RM2,000. So what is that? R. Capital R. For 5 years. What is 5 years tu? What is 5 years ni? T. If money is worth 12.5% compounded annually. So what is that? 12.5%? Okay. Compounded annually means? Apa dia? What do we get from compounded annually ni?
N. When?
M. Bukan N. M. What is M?
When? 1.
Okay. Boleh kita masukkan je dalam formula? Formula S equals to R times 1 plus I to the power of N and then you minus 1, and then you divide by I. Okay, you need to plug in or substitute all these symbols with the values. We have R, we can give I, we can find I, and we know what M would be. Masukkan semua nilai-nilai itu dulu, and then you use your calculator. Boleh je you cari dulu yang ke atas ni, hit enter, and then you divide by I, hit enter again, and then you multiply with R. Tapi sebenarnya kalau you buat R times and then you put a big bracket, 1 plus I to the power of n, and then minus 1, close your bracket, and then you divide by I. Boleh juga kalau you berani nak buat terus lah. Kalau tak berani, you boleh jalan separuh-separuh, tapi jangan tuliskan dulu sebab saya tak nak you tulis dan you bundarkan apa nilai yang you dapat. Because there should not be any rounding off until you get the final answer. Then you give your answer correct to 2 decimal places because you're dealing with ringgit and sen here. Okay? So let's have a look. That's the formula again. Where R is 2000, I is 0.125. Why 0.125? What is I? K over M. M is just 1. What is 12.5%? 25 over 2 again. Kan? 25 over 2%. 12.5, isn't it? Kan? 12.5. 12.5% is equivalent to 0.125. N equals 5. Kenapa N equals 5? Tadi kita kata T yang equals 5. Because N equals to T times M. Your M is 1. So that's why in this case N equals T aja, which is 5. Okay. Plugging everything into the formula. 1 plus I becomes 1.125. Tapi dekat bawah tu is still I, 0.125. Computing that in the calculator, you will get 12,832 ringgit and 52 cents. Okay, class. Okay tak?
Okay, Doktor.
Kalau kita tengok secara kasar tak melibatkan interest, you masukkan duit 2,000 ringgit per year for 5 years. So that's just 2 times 5, isn't it? Or 10,000 ringgit. Itu kalau tak melibatkan interest. But because interest is at 12.5% compounded annually, so your money becomes 12,832 ringgit and 52 cents. Any question? Any question?
No.
Clear, eh? Want to try this? Leonard intends to invest 80 ringgit every month for 3 years, 8 months at 12% compounded monthly. So, 80 ringgit is R. Bila you masukkan? Every month. They invest 80 ringgit every month. Dan nampak tak, kalau every month, interest is compounded monthly, ni yang saya kata kena tally. Every month, compounded monthly. And that is your key. Compounded monthly means M equals to? M equals to?
12.
12. Can you find the future value? What is the future value? S. Interest that will be earned. I. Okay. Let's just look how to find S first. Masuk je dalam formula, you have R. 3 years, 8 months is T. But from T, later on, it will help you to find N. Okay? M equals 12. So, there you go. 1 plus 12% over 12, K over M. K over M. 1 plus I to the power of 3, 8 over 12, because our term is 3 years, 8 months, times 12, because M equals 12. T times M gives you N minus 1 over 1%. Why 1%? 12% compounded monthly. 12% over 12 is 1%. Work it out. You get 4,394 ringgit and 54 cents. Straightforward, isn't it? Now, how do we find the interest earned? Berapa banyak interest dia dapat? Ikut logik je lah. Which is the future value tadi, tolak dengan amount invested. Betul? Kan? Berapa banyak amount of money he put in every month for 3 years, 8 months tu. So future value minus the amount invested. And you know the future value is higher than the amount invested because of the interest there. They earn interest at 12% compounded monthly. So I is S minus R times N. Betul kan? R times N kan? The amount invested. Work it out. And you get 874 ringgit and 54 cents. Not bad, isn't it? Dekat 900 juga interest dia dapat for an investment in 3 years and 8 months. So, clear? Clear tak? Plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Clear.
1% mana dapat? Okay, 1% tu is your I. What is the formula for I? K over M, correct? What is your K? 12%. What is your M? 12. 12% compounded monthly. So 12% over 12, 12 over 12, 1%. Or 0.01. Faham? Any other question? No. Okay, I don't want to look at that yet. Let's do some exercise problems. Yes, saya tengok. Okay. One question. Ni nak warm up dulu. Saya bagi you super macam tadi lah. Macam ni. The one that you're seeing now. Dapat je terus buat ya. Okay, that's one. Ay. Lupa tutup jawapan. I'm gonna delete. Oh. Last. You got them all? Dapat tak semua? Dapat kan?
Dapat doktor.
Cuba buat. Find the amount in the account just after her last deposit. So you nak cari S, betul? What do you get for S? Part A, what is S?
RM11,804.55.
RM11,804.55. Betul ke tak? Orang lain dapat tak?
Sama.
Sama.
Ada tak yang tak dapat? I'm more interested in people who cannot get the right answer. Saya nak tahu kenapa. Jangan malu kalau tak sama, bagi tahu je. Ada tak? Dapat? Semua orang? Okay.
Tak dapat doktor.
Tak dapat. Okay, kalau tak dapat, boleh tak share you punya? Nak tengok kenapa you tak dapat. Sebab rather than saya tunjuk, saya prefer tengok you punya. Boleh tak?
Boleh doktor, sekejap
Sukalah dia buat macam tu. Don't know why. Alright, jom kita tengok. Kita besarkan sikit ya. Okay, R is 357, betul. T is 6 months for 10 years. 6 months for 10 years. So T bukan 6 months for 10 years. What is T? What is T? 10 years. 10 years. Bukan 6 months for 10 years. Tempoh dia buat investment tu adalah 10 years. 10 years long. K is 10%. K is 10%. Tapi every 6 months tu beri you M. M equals 2. Okay. K is 10%. Compounded semi-annually pun you know that M equals 2. Alright. Therefore, we have everything we need. You masukkan. Now, your bracket ni kena square bracket tau. Sebab it should be for all. Oops, sorry. Bukan macam tu. erase that. Saya tak perasan lah. Sebab you tak buat tanda divisor tu kan. Divider bukan divisor. Divider tu tak ada kan. So ini kena guna square bracket ya. Over I. Like that. Okay. So 357 times 1 plus I 10% over 2 or 5% to the power of n. N ke m tu? N kan? Which is 2 times 10. Betul? Ni betul, ni pun betul. Minus 1 and then you divide by I. Betul? Okay, yang saya tak nak adalah, ni biasakan buat dia punya divider ya, between numerator and denominator. Yang saya tak nak adalah you kira sikit-sikit dan tulis macam you buat ni. So this step is not necessary. Dari sini, sepatutnya terus bagi the final answer. Okay, macam mana you kira ni?
Salah tekan calculator.
Salah tekan apa yang you tekan tadi? Salah bracket ke salah apa?
Salah bracket rasanya.
Salah bracket. Kalau you nak pastikan tak silap sangat, cari dulu numerator ni. Macam saya kata tadi, so 1 plus 5% is 1.05, isn't it? 1.05 to the power of 20. And then hit equal. And then you minus 1. Hit equal again. And then you multiply with 357. Hit equal again. And then you divide by 0.05. Ataupun yang dalam square bracket tu you divide by 0.05 dulu, hit equal, and then you times 357. Buat sikit-sikit equal, sikit-sikit equal. Janji kalkulator faham apa yang nak buat. Cuma you kena tahu siapa kena kira dululah, itu je. Dapat tak? Cuba lagi. Dapat tak RM11,804.55? Dapat tak?
Doktor buat dalam kurungan tu dulu kan?
Ya. Tak dapat?
Macam lain je. Sekejap.
Ni dah calculator saya. Okay. Dia memang 10% compounded semi-annually. So M equals 2. So 10 over 2 is 5. Betul dah tu. Now, saya buat macam yang saya ajar you tadi. So I go 1.05 and then I raise to the power of 20 and I hit equal dulu. I get 2.65329 blah blah blah. And then I minus 1. Hit equal again. So it becomes 1.65329 blah blah blah. And then I divide by 0.05 or 0.05 aja dah cukup. Hit equal 33.0659541 and then I multiply with 357. Dapatlah 11804.55. Still dapat. Try again. Sampai dapat. Sebab ada je student yang tak tahu kira this part. Dan bila salah buat this part, everything semua betul. Tak dapat tak?
Dapat dah. 1.1180.54.
Macam mana?
11,804.54. Betul ke?
Betul. So 1.05 tak ada kurungan pun tak apa sebenarnya because it's a value kan. So saya buang kurungan ni pun tak apa. Calculator tahu that we are raising 1.05 to the power of 20. So dia akan kira ni dulu. And then you minus 1. So that is the numerator. Okay. And then you hit equal. Ataupun saya buat dalam bentuk kurungan ni lah. And then I multiply with 357 atau saya divide dulu dengan 0.05 and then multiply with 357. Atau boleh je you letak 357 dekat atas ni. 357 and then you buat kurungan supaya calculator tahu dia kena settlekan yang dalam kurungan tu dulu and then divide by 0.05. Boleh dapat tak?
Boleh dah.
Sepatutnya. Okay. Orang lain okay? Now, for B, your formula is correct. But because it's based on the wrong answer tadi. Wrong S. Jadi jawapan akhir salah lah kat situ kan. What should be the answer, class, for part B? Total interest earned. Tina I. What is I? RM? Anyone? Anyone?
Untuk B tu saya dapat RM4,664.55.
4664.55. Ada orang tak dapat? S equals to, sorry, I, bukan S, you know I. Actually I equals to S tadi, amount terkumpul, accumulated amount, minus the amount deposited, which is R times N. That's the formula that we use to find I. Ada orang tak dapat tak? Sepatutnya kalau you punya S betul, you boleh dapat I itulah. So we are okay with number 1. Next question, yang Mimi tu, what's the answer? You nak cari apa? You nak cari apa? Number 3 ni.
R.
You want to R, find R. Where R is actually X tu kan? Kan? She received X ringgit monthly. So you actually nak cari X lah. X, R sama lah. Okay, how much? How much? Anyone?
6116.74.
No. Any other answer?
492.
RM492.05.
Yes.
Sama.
492.05. Kenapa salah ni? Salah kira ke salah compute dalam calculator? S equals to R times 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1 and then you divide everything by I. You want R. So, kita boleh atur dulu, let R be the subject. So, R equals to, move I to the left. So, jadi S times I, isn't it? S times I. And then you divide by the 1 in the square bracket. So, that is 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1. Betul tak? Betul tak? Cuba lagi, dapat tak? Patutnya boleh dapat lah. So you see, she saved X ringgit monthly, interest is compounded monthly. Kan dia tally? Tally kan? Dia kena tally. Dah, dapat tak? 492.05. The third one, example 4. What is it that you want to find? Number 4. Anyone? Ariana?
Untuk yang ni
Ariana.
saya
Tak buat. Yang ni tak buat. You nak cari apa ni?
Saya tak siap lagi.
Siap lagi?
Cari R juga.
Cari R juga, okay. You tahu nak cari R juga. Yang tadi dah siap? The first three tu dah siap? Siap tak? Ariana?
Dah. Nombor 4, 4, 5, 6 tak siap lagi.
Oh.
Sebab saya tulis soalan dulu.
No need. Kenapa soalan dah ada dalam ni?
Sebab saya suka baca banyak kali soalan tu.
You baca without having to write it down. Sebab even dalam ni kan, even dalam you punya test ke atau final assessment nanti, jangan tulis soalan tu. Memang you nak bagi faham tapi baca. Terus baca, jangan tulis. You buang masa sebab you baca dan menulis. So you buang masa berjalan. Buat macam saya ajalah. Use the timeline, you buat timeline ataupun you underline dulu all the key points. Dan tuliskan dulu all the symbols. Apa R, apa I, apa T, M. Tulis yang tu je. Jangan tulis the whole soalan. That's a waste of time. Okay, Ariana?
Okey, sebab saya tulis balik. Sebab saya nak rujuk balik nanti nak buat latihan balik semula.
Kan you tak record Dia boleh
Ada rekod juga tapi saya nak buat balik soalan tu.
buat balik soalan tu. Tapi saya ada bagi soalan lain juga untuk you buat kan?
Saya repeat juga yang mana saya tak faham. Lepas tu saya repeat balik.
Okay, tak apa. Eloklah tu. Tapi you kena spend banyak masa lagi lah. Okay, never mind. So you're not doing with number 4. Anyone else? Have you got R? What is R? Ayu? Ada ke tak hari ni? Ayu tak ada?
Dia pergi tandas doktor.
Similar pula hilang ke tandas. Siapa lagi yang one of the girls? Zulaika, what is number 4?
Saya belum dapat.
Pun tak
Tapi yang
siap.
3 tu sudah buat, dah dapat.
The first 3 dah okay. Yang ni
Okay.
tak. Yang ni tak.
On the way.
On the way. Okay, again saya nak one of the girls. Saya tak nak the guys sebab jarang dia. Alverina. Ada ke tak ni? Alverina? Are you there? Macam tak ada. Saya boleh ambil attendance Actually kan, kelas ni tak ramai perempuan kan? Wafin?
Saya dapat 1896.67.
Point you tu salah. 1896 betul tu. Tapi it should be 0.70. It should be 0.70 bukan 67. Kenapa dia jadi macam tu agak-agak? Dia dah bundarkan dari awal. That's why you get it like that. So 1896.70. Orang lain dapat tak 0.70?
Dapat.
So jangan bundarkan apa-apa, not until you get to the very last answer. Okay, Wafin?
Okay, doktor.
Sebab, kenapa? Sebab sila akhir bulan, markah you kena potong. Sebab ikut logiknya kan, nak dapatkan S 25,000 tu at 12% compounded every 6 months. Kalau every 6 months you put in 1896.67, dia tak akan jadi 25,000 at that rate. So ikut common sense, jawapan dia akan lari kan. So you kena tepat 0.70. Excuse me. Hello. Apa salah? Su PA kata dia pass pada dispatch dari KDM, nanti dia bagi pada Izni. Bila Izni lah. Izni, tak tahu lah Izni akan letak dalam journal I ke ataupun you boleh pindah daripada Izni. Apanya? adik Izni lah. Izni yang comel dekat kedai admin tu. Mr. Izni, not Puan Izni. No. Ya. Cuma tak tahu bila dia dapat surat tu lah. Ya. Tak adalah. Let's not make it difficult. Kita just make sure orang pasal mask. Lepas raya? Lepas raya tu. I think kita siapkan sanitizer, tapi itu hotel boleh provide kot. Dan kita make sure orang pakai mask lah. Kerana selalu basuh tangan. Sebab I rasa kalau nak buat test apa semua nanti ada orang jadi turn off. It's a stress. Ya, siapa yang paranoid. Okay, alright. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. It's part of work because we have a bengkel at the end of the week and I'm in charge of it. So, sorry. Kucing siapa yang dah bising saya tak lambat. Okay, are you okay with number 4 class? Okay, Okay, class? Everyone?
Okay, madam.
Right. In that case, can we proceed with this one, number 5? Find the amount in the account at the end of 100 months. You nak cari apa? What is it that you want to find here?
S.
S. And what is S? Alright.
S saya dapat RM15,528.23.
Oh, 15,000. Too much. Dia cuma invest 50 ringgit every month for 30 months saja. 30 months, tapi you nak cari amount in the account at the end of 100 months. Pun tak banyak beza from 30 months to 100 months, tambah lagi 70 months saja kan. Takkan naik sampai RM15,000. So bila dapat soalan tu kan, logik ke tak logik jawapan yang you dapat tu? Kena tengok balik. Kalau rasa macam tak logik je, tengok balik betul ke you kira ni. Okay, this is an interesting question. Ada jawapan lain? So 15,000 is not right. Any other answer?
Saya tak dapat nak buat yang selebih 30 miles tu.
Faham. Sebab after 30 months, no more payment was made. So, tak ada jawapan. Ada orang nak try? Anyone? Kalau salah, saya cakap salah. Betul-betul. Tu je. No hard feelings. Ada jawapan? Anyone? Want to try? See whether you got it right. Anyone? Tengok malu. No. Okay. This is a question that combines annuity with just compound interest. So amount yang you nak cari ni sebenarnya lah compound amount. Kenapa compound amount? Bukan annuity amount tau, tapi compound amount. And why do I say that? Right. Kat sini zero, nothing happens. But at the end of the first month, apa dia buat? Dia invest RM50. At the end of the second month, apa jadi? Put in another RM50. And so on and so forth up until the 30th month. So at the end of the 30th month, ada a final deposit of RM50 there. After 30 months, no more payment was made. But you want to find the amount in the account at the end of 100 months. Nak S di sini. You nampak tak, your annuity goes from here to here. Annuity. Betul tak? So you want to find S30. The annuity, the accumulated amount for the annuities. So kita masuk dalam formula je lah. What is S30? R50 times 1 plus I. What is your I? 4% interest compounded monthly. So 1 plus 4% over 12 to the power of n. What is your n? 12 times 30 over 12. So maknanya 30 je lah. So far so good, class? And then minus 1. And then you divide everything by 4% over 12. So that is your S30. Tadi ada orang dah cari. Apa you dapat for S30?
RM1,574.81.
Orang lain dapat tak? 1574.81.
Dapat.
So from S30, kita nak lompat terus. Duit tu you tak withdraw at all. Leave it in the account for another 70 months. Betul? 70 months kan in between. Then, from here to there. Betul tak?
Betul.
Yes.
So, to find S now, since it's not an annuity anymore, dia S30 tu jadi you punya principal. Come on. So that would be your new principal S30 tu yang you simpan 1 plus I to the power of n. You simpan for 70 months. So that becomes 1574.81 times 1 plus 4%. One plus 4% over 12 to the power of, what is your n now? What is your n now? 70 over 12 times 12 or 70. 12 times 70 over 12 or simply 70. Cuba kira, apa you dapat? Saya dah habis lah cakap dengan adik you. RM? RM?
Kalau RM 123927.67.
No. It should be 1987.90. Betul ke ni? Message check.
Saya dapat jawapan yang doktor bagi ni.
1987.90. So simply use, okay. Saya nak apa jawapan yang you dapat kat bawah ni? Actually, annuity tu yang S30 tu. That is apa yang saya salah kira ni? Answer Allah. Salah kira. Saya salah kira kejap . 1 plus 0.04 over 12 to the power of 30. Betul ke 30 saya buat ni? Power of 30, ya. So I get 1.104987 blah 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 minus 1. And then I divide by bracket 0.04 divided by 12 close bracket. And I multiply with 50. So it becomes 1574.807197. Okay, on paper, you give the value as 1574.81. But what you need to do on your calculator is to take the whole value, 1574.807197 tu, yang you multiply with 1 plus I to the power. So times, saya letak bracket, 1 plus 0.04 divided by 12. I close bracket and then I raise to the power of 70. So saya tak bundarkan apa-apa. I get 1987.898711. Jadi, your final answer should be 1987.90. Faham tak kelas apa yang saya sebutkan? Faham tak? Faham tak? Kelas? Kat sini, jangan just ambil 0.81 tau. You guna 1574.808 apa tadi? Tak ingat saya. 80 something. Gunakan the whole thing, whatever the value that the calculator gives you. Then you buka times dengan buka bracket 1 plus 0.04 divided by 12 close bracket and then raise to the power of 70. And then only you hit equal. Barulah jawapan you cantik macam ni. Faham tak? Yes or no? I hope so.
Doktor,
Ya.
tanya. Yang 70 tu dia tolak 30 daripada N yang first
100 tolak 30, bukan tolak 30. Kan the term is 100 months. Term is 100 months kan? You nak cari amount in the account at the end of 100 months. Jalan cerita you mula dari zero ni. So the first 30 months tu ada annuity. But the next 70 months tak ada annuity. So tempoh you simpan duit tu in the account after the 30th month is 70 months lah. 100 minus 30.
Okay, faham. Thank you, Doktor.
Okay. Any other question? Tak ada. Next. Ada lagi satu. How about this one? Number 6. You nak cari apa now? Number of payments. So what is number of payments?
N.
N. What is N? What do you get?
32.
32. Very good. Orang lain? Dapat tak N equals 32? Yes or no? Dah buat ke belum? Kelas? Sempat buat tak? Oh, tak sempat lagi?
Tak sempat.
Buat sekarang. Buat sekarang sementara saya ambil attendance. Sebab dah it's almost time. Amir ada? Amir?
Ada madam.
Farina? Tadi tak ada? Tadi saya panggil mana you?
Pergi toilet tadi.
Faris?
Ada.
Sebelum ni tak ada kan Faris ha? Raya lah. Azimuddin pun sama.
Ada.
Hari tu pun dia tak ada. Last week. Aiman?
Ada madam.
Faiz?
Ada doktor.
Adib? Alif? Alif mungkin tak ada hari ni. Sebab dia masuk
Masuk
hostel.
kampus.
Faris?
Ada madam.
Faris Mat Nazari. Now is Faris Irfan. Ada
Ada.
Firdaus? Firdaus?
Ada. Minggu depan saya masuk mana?
Mana?
Minggu depan saya masuk ya.
Tak dengar
Masuk
apa?
medium tinggi tu. Minggu lepas saya dah masuk. Masa medium tinggi tu saya
Ni yang excuse ni. Sebab apa yang saya tak ingat? Oh, you hantar kakak you pergi driving ah? Driving school. Sempat masuk tak masa tu? Firdaus?
sempat.
Sempat?
Masa medium pagi tu saya ada sebut.
Saya tak perasan pun. Hafiz? Hafiz?
Ada madam.
Hazazi?
Ada madam.
Azrael?
Ada madam.
Ilham?
Ada madam.
Razik?
Ada madam.
Razik pun tak ada hari tu kan? Razik?
Madam. Saya pergi kelas memandu.
Oh, ya tak, ya. Firdaus hantar kakak, you pergi sendiri. Tak boleh tukar.
Tak boleh madam. Sebab dia cakap kalau tangguh nanti, sebab saya pun nak masuk kampus. Kalau tangguh nanti tak tahu bila lagi. Sebab dah dekat sana full.
Okay lah, excuse. Next time, kalau boleh, lepas dia masuk kampus memang tak boleh keluar lagi kan?
Madam.
Pada weekend boleh lah. Next time atur weekend ya. Rizwan?
Okay madam.
Rizwan?
Saya doktor.
Izzat?
Ada doktor.
Muntaz?
Saya.
Adriana? Ada. Ada tak ni?
Ada.
Ayu?
Ada.
Zulaika?
Ada.
Wafin?
Ada doktor.
Nizam?
Saya doktor.
Dan Harith Daniel?
Saya doktor.
Dah siap belum? The last one. Dah siap belum? You all makin faham tak annuity ni? Makin faham tak? Yes or no? Faham ke tak? Nadib? Dia kena buat latihan je, baru you makin lama makin mahir. Sebab dia skill kan, mathematics is a skill subject. So kena buat latihan. Whether you like it or not, kena buat. Yeah, what is N? Anyone? What do you get for N?
Tak dapat.
Tak dapat. N kita tadi 32, tak dapat. Yes or no? Tolong jawab boleh tak bila saya tanya? Kelas, did you? Yes or no?
No, saya tak dapat.
Tak dapat.
Saya tak siap lagi.
Oh, memanjang tak siap. Jangan tulis soalan, Adriana. Break that habit. It's not a good habit because the question is given. You're just wasting your time when you rewrite the given question. Baca kan? Baca banyak kali. Lebih cepat daripada you menulis banyak kali. Even 2 kali. Katalah you baca 2 kali nak bagi faham. Itu lebih cepat daripada you tulis 2 kali kan? Tulis sekali, takkan you nak tulis 2 kali. So, kena cekap ya. Now, what do we have here? What is 500 ringgit tu? What is that 500 ringgit? Please jawab.
R.
Thank you. R equals 500. What else do we have?
I.
I. What is I?
5% over 4.
Betul. 5% over 4. Lagi? What else do we have?
S.
S. What is S?
19
19? 525.22. Tuliskan macam ni, Adriana. You identify what's given in the question. You have R, you have I, you have S, you want N. Obviously, your formula, masukkan je dalam formula. What is our formula? S equals to R times. Now, ini is good to make it a habit of writing down the formula time and again. Bukan tulis soalan, tulis formula. Sebab kalau formula salah, everything will be wrong. But the more you spend time writing down the formula, the more it sticks in your mind. Ini yang you nak tekankan dalam otak you, bukannya soalan. So R times 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1, and then you divide by I. Isi je lah. Okay. Kalau you nak atur dulu pun boleh juga. Okay, tapi pada saya isi je. You boleh buat, you boleh atur dulu. Sama ada you isi dulu atau you atur dulu. We want N. You don't want R dengan I. So pindahkan dulu. So 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1 equals to S times I over R. Am I right? Am I right? So 1 plus I to the power of N would be S times I over R plus 1. Ni, minus 1 ni. Pindah ke kanan. Plus 1. Okay. At this stage, kita dah boleh tuliskan. You all tak ada kelas lepas ni kan? Tak ada kan? Ada kelas ke? Tak ada. So kita habiskan sikit boleh?
boleh.
Okay. So 1 plus I becomes 1 plus I tadi apa dah? 5% compounded quarterly. 5, what is my 5 like that? 5% over 4 to the power of N yang kita nak cari equals to S, apa S tadi? 19525.2122 19525.22 S times I. What is your I? 1 plus 5% over 4. 1 plus 5% over 4. Yep. So S times I over R. R you tadi apa? 500. And then you plus 1. Berapa you dapat ni? Berapa ni? Cuba kira. Sebab kalau kita nak proceed, dia jadi panjang berjela. Berapa you dapat kelas?
Dapat 40.5385.705.
40.53
53
85
85 705.
705. You take the whole thing yang kalkulator bagilah.
Ha.
Ya. Sebab kita kalau boleh tak nak bundarkan. Sebab kita masih separuh jalan. So tuliskan semua pun boleh. Tapi kalau you buat dia sebagai 40.54, boleh tu boleh, tapi dia nanti jawapan you lari banyak. Kalau you nak bundarkan pun ambil dalam 4 decimal places. 5386 for example. Okay, sebab kita nak elakkan banyak sangat julat antara yang sepatutnya dengan apa yang you dapat. Now, 5% over 4 ni, ni kita dah boleh simplify kan? That is 1.0125, isn't it? Kan? To the power of n. Now, how do we find n? Nak buat turun n macam mana?
Guna log.
Yeah, applying log on both sides. Kena guna log. So dia ada n log 1.0125 equals to log 40.5385.705 tu. So n equals to log over another log 40.5385.705 over log 1.0125. Cuba kira, dapat tak? 32. Kelas, dapat tak? Saya pun carilah. 8385, 8385. Oh Allah, salah tekan. 5385. 5385.705 divided by log 1.0125. Tak dapat pun. Ke saya salah tekan ni? Try again.
Pun tak dapat.
Ya log 40.5385 705 divided by log 1.0125. Confirm tak dapat. Betul ke ni? S kita betul. S 19525.22 times I. Your I is 1 plus.
Saya dapat 32, betul tak?
Saya silap kat mana? Betul, 32. Kat mana saya silap?
Tapi saya tak ikut cara doktor, saya tak faham yang ni.
Okey, cara macam mana?
Saya letakkan guna formula tu, saya buat 4, saya cari T dia.
You cari T. Oh, ya. Boleh.
Lepas tu baru saya T tu darab dengan M, dapatlah 32.
Yes.
T dia 8.
T dia 8. 8 years. 8 times 4 is 32. Betul. Saya silap kat sini kelas. Saya ambil I sebagai 1 plus 5% over 4. It should be 5% over 4 je kan? Kan? I is 5% over 4. Ini 1 plus I. So X times I over N. N is 500. 500 and then plus 1. Ya, plus 1. So silap ni kat situ. 5% over 4. 0.0125. Jom kita kira balik, tak puas hati. 19525.22 times 0.125. 101. Okay. And then plus 1. It should be 1.4881305. Betul? 1.4881305. So 1.4881305. Ni pun salah. Cuba check lah, betul tak? Divided by log 1.4125. Yeah, 31.999999954. So 32 lah. 31.9999954. So you take N to be 32. Boleh? Boleh?
Boleh.
Careful ya, saya silap tadi. Tapi cara Adriana buat tu bagus. Jangan cari bentuk N, ambil T je dulu. Nak share Adriana macam ni you buat? Adriana?
Ya, boleh.
Boleh share?
Boleh.
Cepat sikit ya, dah pukul 12.
Okay.
Petang ni you ada kelas?
Ada.
Oh ada, okay. But let's take like 5 minutes. Nak tengok Adriana punya. Benda-benda macam ni yang leceh guna WhatsApp ni. Saya biasa guna Telegram. Okay. 500 okay. 3 to 5, 19 3 to 5 kah? 5 to 5. Okay, bawah tu itu betul. So you jadikan dia sebagai 40. Good idea. 40. Kemudian this is another way to do it ya. 40. Kemudian sama juga macam saya buat tadi Adriana. Cumanya you ganti N sebagai 40. Saya terus ambil D sebagai N. So T equals 8. Good. You still need to apply log on both sides. T equals 8, but remember that N equals to T times M. So N equals to 32. Good. Boleh? This is another way of doing it. Okay, class? Boleh? Boleh? Okay.
Boleh.
Now, saya kena juga bagi